When people say, oh, motivation is crap, what they're talking about is this like inspiration feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna take over the world and that's my motivation. Or, oh, I'm gonna get a six pack. I'm so excited about it. They're trying to make it's more of this like rush of excitement that usually comes from reading something or seeing something or just being inspired. First of all, that shit is great. That's observation somewhere other than inspiration because it kind of puts more power in your hands. Welcome to the Willpower Podcast. All right, let's go. We have another, all right, y'all, let's get into it. We have another solo episode this week. I'm too focused to look for guests, man. Too much going on, but I'm excited. I'm excited to record this. I'm feeling good today, and I will. Okay. If anyone here has set up OpenClaw, I've just been playing around with it. For anyone who doesn't know, this is like an AI agent that you run on you can run it somewhere else, but that's like the crazy like next step things that you run on your computer and it can do stuff for you. You can basically talk to it through WhatsApp or through your terminal or through Telegram, whatever other messaging thing. And so it's a very, I just set it up and have been playing with it the past couple of days. It's a very weird concept and it feels very powerful. But also I'm trying to figure out if there's like a real next level element to it. For example, I just found that I can send an iMessage. I just say, hey, send an iMessage to this person. Now, when I really think about it, I'm like, why would I tell an AI agent to do something when I could just do that same thing and basically the same? Like, why am I sending a message to an AI agent to send a message? Why can't I just send a message? Anyways, it's funny. It's funny to think about. The one like actual use case I could think of is with voice notes, because I can send it a voice note on WhatsApp. So if I were to like send out a voice note, me telling it, I need to text this person back, say this, I need to do this thing, do this, I need to add a calendar reminder for this. Yes, I could see where that would be very helpful. Kind of just like this all-encompassing assistant where I can talk to it at any time, send it a voice message and be confident that it's going to pick up those things and do them or help me remember them or whatever. So it's a very interesting concept. It also has its own capabilities. Like it can do all stuff AI can do. It can like write code. So I've been playing with that as well. Like the first day I set it up, I sent like a 4-minute voice note explaining something that I wanted it to set up in the Grooves code base, some like testing system. And it came back. I was like, yeah, I did it. And I was at the gym just working out. So it's very weird, but also very cool. Very cool to play with. I'm not something to play lightly with. I know there's like significant risks to doing something like this if you don't know what you're doing. And I admittedly am probably taking more risks than I need to. So be careful. If you are going to play around with this kind of stuff running on your own computer, just be aware of what you're doing. They make it fairly safe in how it's set up, but make sure you're following all those guidelines, not giving it access to things, just because there are ways that people can get into your stuff through giving access to something. I've been doing my runs. Like I talked about last week, I am still on the grind, and my runs are actually going pretty well and also terribly. So my 5K time is awful. Like yesterday I ran a 5K. It took me, I think it took me like 24 minutes and 10 seconds. And I want to be doing it in 20 minutes. So I'm over a minute off my mile times there. Running my mile today was actually my best mile yet, outdoor. And that was a 6:47. So I got 47 seconds to work off there, but that's down about 15 seconds from my last fastest outdoor mile. So we are continually, steadily marching towards that 6-minute mile, 20-minute 5K time. And I still have maybe 10 weeks or so to do it. I'm about 2 weeks into the challenge. Lifts are going good. Also marching forward on that one. I was able to deadlift 4 plates. It's been my only deadlift day. My squats are coming along. Bench coming along. Everything's moving in the right direction. I think this week was the first week I started to really begin to feel some of the benefits of this this healthier, you don't need the more when you say healthier, this healthier style of living that I've been trying to take on. It's more holistic, like hitting all my bases. I talked about last week. I think this week has been the first time I'm really starting to feel the effects of that, even though, admittedly, the past couple days, not today, but the day before, and the day before that, Sunday, Monday, I felt really like empty for stretches. So basically how I structure my day is usually wake up, coffee, work, like some stuff before that, but the bulk of the morning is like work time with coffee. And that's always really fun. Like I actually look forward to that time. And the past 2 days before today, I had those stretches, and then I would do my meditation after working, eat lunch, and then I'm just like, what do I do? Like, what am I doing with myself? And just this feeling of like, I don't even know what I want to be doing. I feel like there's stuff I need to do, but also if I don't work, I don't know what I want to be doing. So it's a very weird feeling of what am I doing? And a little bit of a lack of meaning. Today, cut the coffee back by 1 cup. So I was at 2 today. I've been creeping lately. And I ate a little bit early. I ate around 11. Big lunch. And then did my meditation. And then got back to work after the cold lunch. And I think these like stretches of kind of like low energy are coming off of the feeding window and eating and then sitting down and then wanting to get right back to work. And for me, like I just need to take the hit of eating. I need like time to temper the blood sugar fluctuations. And so today when I did my meditation after eating, it seemed to help. And then got back to work in the afternoon. Felt really good. Felt really focused, and I knocked out some really solid focus time. No caffeine needed in that time. Like I already had caffeine in the morning, obviously. No more caffeine needed. No like instant release caffeine. I'm just riding the residuals from the morning. So yeah, the holistic stuff though, like today, I felt real good. I was just like, life's good. I've been reading Dan Harris, 10% Happier, which is a pretty good book. It's a good book about meditation and just like just one person's kind of memoir about how they got introduced to the world of meditation. Went through all these different people, and then where I'm at now, he's kind of coming into the Buddhist tradition without the Buddhist religion itself. So that's been a fun read. It's fun to reintroduce myself to that stuff. Obviously, I've been very involved in meditation, but I go through my own waves of being really excited about it and feeling a lot of energy and just like trust almost in it. And then other periods recently where I'm doing it. I'm like going through the motion, but I don't feel like I'm really there. I don't feel like I'm really putting in the energy and the effort into the meditation sessions. So it's been cool. It's been cool to see it through someone else's eyes and get some energy back from that. I would love to go back to a Vipassana retreat. I know I went to the 10-day one, I think over 6 months ago now. And I had planned, I'm going to do a 3-day one at this time. And I just haven't. And so I would like to do a 3-day one, because my initial goal was to go do another 1 year after the first one. Prioritize that 3-day. And then also I should look into the 10 days as well, because I know those do book out early. I was running with Reba on Saturday, and I'm doing a mile that day rather than a 5K. And I start running and I'm feeling like really good. Like I'm like stomping it out, and I feel like I'm running like a 6-minute pace. And I get like down 1 block and I turn right because I'm going to run around. I have a big block, so I'm going to run around it twice. That's about a mile. And I don't know what, I ran out into the street. It's not a busy street. I'm running down the street and I don't remember what happened, but it was either like Reba ran in front of me or she ran behind, and I like clipped the leash with my foot, and then my foot caught on my other foot. I fell so hard. It was like one of the hardest falls I've had in a while. And I scraped the heck out of my cut up, like my hip hit the pavement. And it was on the asphalt. It was on the like street. It wasn't just the sidewalk, and it's real rough, like kind of almost gravelly street. So that was crazy. Like I fell and I was like, I knew it was bad. And I was like, I don't know if I can. The question wasn't, can I keep running? It was like, should I? Should I just like give up? Should I just not today? Because that's horrible. It was literally in like one block that happened. So I stopped my watch and I was like, fuck it. I got up and yeah, it's not like it was that bad. Like they're bad scrapes, but scrapes don't affect how you run. So there was no need to stop. So yeah, that's what's been new this week. Feeling good, feeling present, feeling, yeah, like things are coming together. The one thing I wanted to dig into today is the entrepreneurship grind, the grind of not making money on something that you're working really hard at. And of course, I'm saying you, which is always my pet peeve. And I do this all the time. I used to do it, but there's something that we all do where we say, you, like, when you do this, but really what you're saying is, I do this. There's this thing I do. So, anyways, let's go back. So, what I should say is, when I'm an entrepreneur, there's something that happens to me that is, it's difficult. It's hard when I don't make any money because the app is, we just released it, and that is a true we. It's not like the proper we where I talk about myself. Me and Tim released the App Store version last week, so that's out for everyone. I'm very excited about that, and we're getting good early feedback from people, but the numbers aren't there, and we're trying to run ads, and that's fucking hard, man. Ads are so hard. It's like we figured out ads that work and that people click on, but then they don't click through the app. They don't install it. They just click on the ad. They don't actually install the app. So I want to know, how do I make that work? Because if we can't get a lot of people to the app, we're never going to make money, or we're not going to make money quick, at least. So there's got to be some trust, which is like, yeah, I might not make money soon, but I have to trust in the fact that people who are using it are enjoying it. And if they keep using it, there's a good chance that they're going to bring other people. And if they really like it, there's a better chance they're going to bring other people. And so it's like, build it and they shall come. It seems to be a real thing here. And of course, there's a problem there, which is that there are lots of really good products out there. There are really cool apps out there that don't have any users. But at the same time, how good really are they? I would argue that. Because I get the feeling whenever I see a lower tier app, an app with, let's say, 1,000 users or less, it doesn't look the same as an app with 1,000,000 users. There's just a clear difference. And there can be shitty apps that don't look great that do have a lot of users. That does exist. But I don't often see really good looking apps that don't have the user base to back it. So that's just something to consider. Excellence, when we talk about it's so easy to build a software product. It's easy to build a software product. It's not easy to build an excellent software product. So that's not me just saying Grooves is excellent. It's more just saying, if we put in the extra effort into the product and making it an excellent experience, that doesn't mean that itself can lead to bringing crowds of people to use it. So that is very important. That is a very important part, but it involves a lot of trust. So I've been getting into this mindset of keep marching forward, just every day, just because when I wake up, when I'm thinking about the app, today I asked my AI bot, my WhatsApp guy, what can I do today to bring users to my app? And I just it doesn't work that way. I can't quite think that way. I need to lengthen my horizons, which is the whole point of the app, is to lengthen your time horizons and see the things that I'm doing now and how I can keep marching in that direction, knowing that, okay, tomorrow I'm not going to get, 5,000 users to the app. It's not going to happen. I might set something up that in the future leads to that many users coming. It's not going to happen tomorrow. So marching forward, taking actions without direct feedback, without direct monetary benefit, those are challenging stuff. It's very hard. And I think that's one of the key traits of willpower, or key components of willpower, is being able to do things that aren't directly aiding to what you want to have happen, but that are in the long term going to make that the thing. Because many of the things that we want in life, many of the large scale kind of projects and life achievements take a lot of moving pieces, and they're not things that we were able to do in one day. And if they were, then they probably weren't quite that satisfying, or weren't quite like memorable, or those things aren't going to stand out as much. But the ones that take work, take like constant effort that is not directly rewarded, those are the things that like you look back on, and those are the excellent things that we do in life. So if you're out there working on something, or want to be working on something, take that, recognize that, hear me, I'm out here doing it, and I'm going to just keep doing it. I'm going to be relentless, keep moving forward. Also get a co-founder. That's my other piece of advice. Let's talk about grit. This is one I've been thinking about. So like the fuel of willpower, because I think there are many different fuels, motivations to do things. People always say this. People say motivation's crap. Discipline is what it is about. You need motivation to do anything, though. Like from a biological standpoint, if you don't have a motivation to do something, your body won't do it. Discipline is just one motivation. So discipline is like, I'm going to do this because that's what I do, or whatever it is. But it's a type of motivation. The difference, like when people say, oh, motivation is crap, what they're talking about is this like inspiration feeling of like, oh, I'm going to take over the world, and that's my motivation. Or, oh, I'm going to, get a six-pack. I'm so excited about it. They're talking like it's more of this like rush of excitement that usually comes from reading something or seeing something or just being inspired. First of all, that shit is great. That's awesome. Like when you are inspired, there's nothing like it. But at the same time, motivation is a much broader thing than that. So let's talk about the like grit version of willpower, of like doing something because I'm just going to do it. I don't want to, but I'm going to do it. And you find motivation somewhere other than inspiration. First of all, this is not a bad skill to have. It's really good to be able to do that when you need it, because it kind of puts more power in your hands. You can actively make the choice. Do I want to do this? Do I not want to? Do I want to go for the run today, or do I not want to for a legitimate reason? If you don't have the ability to make that kind of like gritty decision, then you are stuck with not doing it. And you don't get the choice, because your mind hasn't been conditioned to be able to make that decision. So grit is really good it's probably not good to rely on it though all the time. I think that's what burnout is, right? It's like this constant reliance on discipline and grit. And I think it does come at a cost, which is your brain learns that this sucks. Like, I don't like to do this thing, but I just do it. And I don't really know why. I don't like it. I just do it. I don't like it. I just do it. And I think this is a dangerous loop to rely on again, to go through regularly. Good to be able to. It's good to have the choice, but it's probably not good to do it all the time. So another motivation is this like draw towards something. And that seems to be a good one. That's what I've been feeling with the app in the past few months, is like really I want to get this fucking thing out. Let's go. Let's just get it out. Let's go. But that also can come with detriments. And that's something else I hit, which was like, I just wanted to work all the time. I was working every evening and going through these like really intense sprints. And that brings us to the last version that I want to talk about of motivation, which is like this natural energy motivation. By the way, this is not broken down into like a clear, clean template. I'm just naming off things that are motivations. So this other one isn't really a motivation itself, but it is a call out of the balancing act, which is being, let's say, living in such a way that I have high energy and that I am excited for the next time I get to work on the project that I am excited about. So it doesn't mean always going towards the thing that I want to be going towards. It means stepping away at times. And I talked about this a while back. I've been playing around with it more. Like today, I was working until maybe 5:30, and there were still things that I just really wanted to have done. Wanted to be able to say they were done. I could see the clear next steps of like, this is where I would go next. And like, there's a lot still to do, but I see I can just keep going. And I really want to get to the end state where it's done. And to make it a little more concrete for you to understand the story, I'm working on a referral program on the app where users can refer other users and be rewarded for it. So if you bring someone to the app, you get some in-app rewards. Just to make it fun, to make it more interesting to bring your friends into doing the app. So anyways, I'm like, there's a lot of different moving pieces to get that system to work cleanly. And it's got to be able to like use a link that then the app picks up the parameter from the link and can tell like, oh, that this user referred me. And it's a lot of moving pieces and it's not all done, but I could see each step. Like this is the next one, and then I get there, and then once I have that done, I can figure out this piece. So I could see it all, but it's not all done. And I probably could just like say fuck it and work until it's done and work for 3 hours or whatever. But guess what? I have to do my mile run. I have to eat dinner at some point that's not too late before I go to bed or too soon to go into bed to do my meditation. I have to record this. Ideally, I'm going to go to my men's group, which I'm not sure about still. But anyways, the point is I have all these other things that I want to do and that feed into my overall excitement towards work. I know that if I just run on work mode all the time, I'm going to run out of fuel. And guess what? If I worked until 8:30 or 9 today, I probably would not be as excited tomorrow to get back to work. It's not like I would just forget about work and not care about the app anymore, but the excitement would diminish, however slightly. The other things would diminish. The feelings of, wholeness and all of that would fall away. There is like a natural energy equation I think is worth considering. And it changes the excitement towards work. And by the way, I think excitement is one of the top things you can index. I would be curious to run this experiment. I've never actually thought about this before, but I'm curious. How much work do I get done on days when I, sleep the same amount, but I'm more excited for work, and then versus days where I am not feeling excited for work? I bet you there's a clear difference. It's not just like, oh, I'm happy while I'm working. I think there's like an output difference, a difference in what actually gets done, the quality of work, the amount of work. I am almost certain that that's the case, because even as I'm thinking about it, when I'm excited working, it typically is going along with higher dopamine, right? Because dopamine is the big excitement chemical, the big motivation chemical. And when I am feeling that way, I feel like I am able to do more things. I feel like I am able to look into things. I'm able to get into the nitty-gritty details where sometimes I would avoid that. Like if I'm using my AI agent to code, I might just say whatever you do, whatever you say, just do it. Okay, just try and fix this thing. Versus if I'm real excited, if I'm feeling good working, I might look into the code myself and make sure, okay, this thing is not working because of this reason. Or I might actually reason through what the AI is saying because I'm just more optimistic and more willing. I'm more willing to go down that path rather than other times where I'm just like, I'm not excited. I don't want to look down this. I don't want to do this thing. Fuck it. Like I'm just going to let the AI try it, or I'm going to ignore this problem. I'm not even going to look at it today. This isn't that bad. Like I can still push the app out. No one's going to run into this path. So I think there is something about excitement that is real when it comes to willpower and when it comes to doing excellent work. Excitement is very, very powerful. And I feel like I should end on that. So I'm going to. I hope you all have a great week, and I will be back next week, maybe with a guest, maybe just me. We'll see. No promises either way. Bye, everybody.